Hello, Tuesday afternoon. What time is it? 4:05. I was aiming to get on here for 4 o'clock, but never mind. I just wanted to jump on because I want to do lives a bit more. So I was going to do one once a week on a Tuesday at 4 o'clock. We have a building site next to us, Joy. So I thought they'd be finished by now. So if you hear a beep, 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 that's them. They're next door. We have Mr. Winston. Here we are. He's watching the proceedings. But what I want to do is a foliage flower crown for you. It's all herbs. So I've picked it from the garden. This morning it's just been sat in water. I'll show you now. So lovely selection of greenery. Again, all from my garden. So I've got this lovely velvet ribbon here, which is really pretty, and a cup of coffee to keep me going. So I'm just going to set the phone up and then we will get cracking. So bear with me as I get myself going. Hopefully you can all see this. So I'm using 2 fine wires. I'm going to tape the end. I think with crowns I always do a loop like that and then use the tape. So I'll just start from one end. This is not particularly a long wire. I can put the measurements in, but then I don't know how much greenery I've got, so forward planning. So just going to tape this. There's the nice beep, you can hear it. Just taped it all the way down, and really simple, gonna just start adding this greenery. So I'm very simply just laying it on. So that noise is quite fabulous. So rosemary, eucalyptus, you can kind of see just laying it flat on. And we do a lot of workshops with hen parties, so making flower crowns with them. And this is probably the simplest way I've found of teaching how to do a flower crown, because it just is quite sort of uncomplicated in a way. So got some oregano, and I'll be really interested just to see how this dries, because I did in the YouTube shorts, I did herb buttonhole, and I've just got it here, and it was made yesterday and it's still looking remarkably intact, which is good. So got some lamb's ear. I can never pronounce it, the Latin name, so I just love the feeling of it. It's nice. So you've got some of that. It's always fun when your hands get wet and you try and use this tape. Oops. So if you do have any questions, just let me know. I'm happy to answer if you're unsure. So just taping in, really simple, and it soon builds up, which is quite nice. I've got some mint. I mean, out of water, I don't know how long that would last. It'd be kind of interesting to see. But again, you can see it's lovely and vibrant. You can see it's a nice contrast. Oh, now we've got an aeroplane coming overhead. Joy. So I'm keeping it all quite tight. I've also got sage, which I kind of was worrying that it's quite big, but I kind of think if you put it at the back, maybe you can kind of see there. Put it at the back, it'll actually frame it quite nicely, I think. There we go. You can kind of see it's coming together. It's important, I guess, to have a nice selection of herbs. This oregano is nice because it's in flower, so it's quite bulky. And if you were to wear this, man, you'd probably sleep well that night, I reckon. See if I can persuade one of my brides to have one of these. So just really simple. That's better. You can see it growing. Bit of rosemary. I mean, rosemary is a wonderful foliage and herb to put into anything. It does need a good condition, but that is by the by. Okay, so we're probably about halfway down the wire. It's not going to be a particularly long thing. Also got some lemon balm, which is nice. And this stuff just grows like a weed in my garden. It's coming up everywhere, which is quite nice. Okay, like I say, probably halfway. A bit more eucalyptus. It's getting that balance between the silvery grey of the eucalyptus and the fresh green of the sort of mint and the lemon balm. Hopefully you can see this. That's quite nice. I'm going to have to model this afterwards, aren't I? I think I will. And I'd love to know anyone, if you're watching, if anyone's done one like this before, because I've never just used herbs, which is just quite a fun thing, really. Feels very foresty. Right, it's nice realising actually to have a bit of the white of the oregano going through. My rosemary hasn't flowered at all this year. Normally it does. But then I think everything about this year is off whack. Right, got mint, another nice lively green colour. Again, smelling fabulous. And I wonder if I hang this up, whether it'll, after I've done some photographing, whether it'll dry. So you can see the kind of, it's amazing. And like I say, it smells glorious. Right, I've got some of the sage that's just a bit shorter. Sage leaves, they're beginning to turn. It's always that sort of autumnal feel. They start catching in the colder weather. Sign of winter to come. Right, I also got some lavender. Weirdly, it seems to be still showing its head in our garden. I guess the thing with this is to keep it quite close as well, because you don't want random bits of herb sticking in your face. Right, a bit more tape. So I'm going to try and do this every Tuesday at 4 o'clock, because I miss having this online community. So the aim is to be organised and I've not got any more eucalyptus. Right, rosemary it is. Yeah, so the aim is to be doing this at 4 o'clock on a Tuesday afternoon. So do come next week if you'd like to join. And if you've got any questions, you can always just message. But as always, thank you for those that subscribe. It's lovely to have you on board. I always find this point in the flower crown, you've kind of got just over halfway, and then everything starts going a bit south, so you end up having to wire it, as opposed to that, you start wiring it sort of straight on. So I'll show you what I mean. You can hear them finishing up when he's saying hello. There you go. So you're kind of just wrapping it round. Oops. You want to make sure everything is secure. Bit mint. Cool. Nearly done. And then I can do the loop at the other end, which I haven't done. I think when you're doing workshops, you want to make it as simple as possible for people. So we'll normally just give them the the wire with a loop done at the end, and then they have to do the other loop with the tape, because most people have never seen gutter tape before. They don't know what on earth it is. Right, a bit more rosemary, a bit more oregano. Might put this next to my pillow tonight. Let's sleep like a baby. Take these bits on. And I think because wedding season is sort of slowing down now, it gives me a bit more headspace to be able to do more stuff with YouTube, which is lovely. So I will be appearing on here more often. So like I say, every Tuesday at 4 o'clock is my aim. So I've just looped over the end there. You can see, just going to tape it. And I might just put a bit of something over the end of that. So we don't get too much ugliness. Right. There we go. Just going to put the ribbon round. So, oops. Always tape your foliage in firmly. There we go. Right, I've got this velvet ribbon, which is quite lovely. So with this, I'm just going to do it, because I've got a massive head, I'm just going to do it like this. So one end in there, one end in here. There we go. Right, preparing to look like an idiot. You can see my tomatoes behind, it's a bit of a jungle in here. Right, I haven't tried one of these on for a while. Ooh, that's quite cute. Ugh. That's because I need two hands. There we go. Like that? Yes. Oh. There we go. One herb flower crown. It's kind of fun. So you can see it there. Nice. Kind of like it. So it's nice and fresh. I don't know like how long it would last, but I kind of think the feel of it, you know, the smell of it is lovely. And like I say, I'll hang it up and see if it dries. But there you go, just something really simple. So all from my garden. I cut them this morning, conditioned, left them in a vase of water just to drink, and made this crown. So I hope you enjoyed it, and look forward to doing another live next Tuesday at 4 o'clock. I will try and give you a bit more warning, but until then I will be off to wear my crown to the supermarket.